Hello, beautiful viewers of Shine TV. You are welcome to another beautiful Tuesday to watch the Dr. Love Show. And we are coming to do what we do best, myself and my guest. I am Na Ashoko Ajay, and I'll be the one to ride you throughout today's show as well. With me here is the famous Pastor Patrick, and you know he's always ready and willing to give you all that you need. But we are proudly sponsored by Apostle Felix Henry Doe of the Abundant Grace Apostolic Church, Vance Makeover, and Fredco Construction Company Limited. We'll go straight to the story of the day, then the discussion continues. Story for today, and I read, "Please, I need help right now. I'm in a big trouble and shame by leaking my own sex video. Hey, please admin, I mistakenly posted my sex video with one married man in our church, on our church platform this dawn. I have saved the man's name and added the church's initials to it. So when I was sending him the video, I typed in the church initials in the search button. I didn't even watch. I just sent it when it popped up. When my attention was drawn to it, I was in so much rush that instead of delete for all, I pressed delete for me. So I don't even have the chance to see it or delete it anymore. The man and his wife are in the same church, and this is already bringing too much shame and trouble. The calls I am receiving and the things they are saying on the platform are too bad. I sing at church too, so you can imagine." Hey, so wahala. We took the video last week with my phone. We don't even take videos when we are having sex. But that day, we were both so much into it that we decided to make a video. I use an iPhone, so I used my phone to take it so that it would be clear. Clear for what?
Clear forward.
He asked me to send it, but I forgot. This evening, this dawn, he sent me a message that I should send him the video because he misses me. I was sleepy, so I made this grave mistake. Please, admin Kweku, post for me. If there's any IT expert to help me with the steps to delete the video, I would appreciate it. It has already been seen by many, and whatever is coming, but I still want to delete it. It's so crazy. This shouldn't be seen by anyone, but I messed up. He's a married man. It's a shame to me and to him and his entire family. He's a well-respected man in the church too. I never meant to do this to him because I even love him for real. Please help me. Please, immediately. I am sure his wife has seen the video. Everyone has seen it. We are in trouble. Please, I need help. Oh, God. Hey, Sopho. We are in trouble today. Well, this is serious.
It's so serious, and I think it's about time we really make time to address this issue of recording yourself when having sex or when getting intimate. But first of all, let me start from this angle. With this particular story, I would like to break it into two in address. Okay. First of all, she boldly stated that one, the man is a married man in the church. And we are not in any way condemning her or judging her. But we just wanted to understand that getting yourself involved with a married man is a no-go area for you as a Christian in the first place. So there's everything wrong with her decision to go out or to date a married man in the church. So the first kind of admittance she has to make has to do with the fact that it is wrong on her part to be dating a married man, more so a man in the church, which clearly means that she knows the family of the man, because I should guess and assume that the wife and the children are all in the same church with her. She mentioned it in the letter, right? So I would just wanted to ask her, so what kinds of thoughts go through her mind anytime she sees this woman together with the husband attending or coming to church on every Sunday? she should have some sort of regret. I mean, come on, please. She should put herself in this woman's shoes, that if someone did the same thing to her family, would she like it?
Yeah, I'm not standing in to judge a situation I've not been through. Sometimes there's the saying that the situation is not been through, you might do worse when you get it.
Yeah.
But with this, a married one, you know the wife, you know the children. Exactly. Think of it. Damn.
Yes, and you even admitted that he's a respected man in the church. I mean, come on, 1 second, you should have gone back, withdrawn back, and then asked yourself, okay, so what do you this thing? And you see, sometimes we think we are so smart that we don't expect whatever thing we are doing in the secret to come to the open. But you know, truth is something you can never ever conceal forever. One day, somehow, the truth will find itself. Exactly. So
people of this generation have courage to do some kind of things that are so weird.
Yes. And you knew that there were going to be dire consequences. In the first place, should it be found out that you are dating a married man? And again, let me stress this, for the fact that this man is in your church together with his family, you should have had some kind of, something should have just held you back. For the simple reason that, look, this man is a married man, for crying out loud. If it had been a single man, there wouldn't have been any problem with it. Because I can imagine the kind of pain this woman would have to go through. The kind of shame, the kind of I don't know, but she hasn't done herself any good at all. So I would first of all handle the part of the issue that has to do with her dating a married man in the church. It was wrong for her to have done that. It was unacceptable. And I think she should really use this as a learning curve to really withdraw herself from this man. Secondly, why should you even think of recording yourself when getting intimate with someone?
What are you going to use the video for?
Use the video.
This is what will happen.
Sadly. And in this world of technology where you can hardly control what happens, even with your own phone, things that you don't intend to do with the how do you call it? This AI thing coming up recently. I mean, your phone could even do a recording or send a message, do something that you haven't even issued a command on it to do. So why would you ever, or why should you think of recording yourself when getting intimate? If intimacy with him is so exciting, enjoy it in that room. Keep it secret. Let it remain in that room. What would want to push you to say that I'm recording myself and this gentleman making out in a bedroom? Oh. So that decision or that action they both agreed to take was a no on any day at any time. And I think this should be an advice for our young ladies and our young men out there. And I don't know if it was for the fun of it. Okay. They just want to enjoy it. They just want to, I don't know if they just wanted to have a feel of how it would look like to see themselves making out. I mean, what do you want to hope to achieve by doing that? Okay, so please, this again should go out to our young men and women out, whether married or unmarried. Of course, on this program, we would always push for abstinence before marriage. But again, we want to accept the fact that there are young men out there who are not able to control themselves, who are not able to overcome that edge. Although we want to advise them to seriously put in a lot of effort to overcome, so they stay away from sex before they get married. But should they find themselves in that position, please, don't trivialize sex. Don't think sex is just a fun. Don't think sex is just enjoying yourself. No, there is more to. Maybe one of these days we have to dedicate a whole time to discuss on the spiritual implications of sex, because sex is not just sex as we see it. There are a lot of spiritual dimensions to sex. Okay? So if you want to make out with someone in a bedroom or somewhere, don't think it's just for the fun of it. So you want to take a video or you want to take a phone and then take a video of it. Come on, what are you hoping to achieve? So please, our ladies and gentlemen out there, let us refrain from doing this. There is nothing funny about recording yourself. It shouldn't even be something shameful to do. Yeah. It should be something shameful to do. There's nothing funny about it. There is nothing interesting about it. If the gentleman, like he said, he requested for the video because he was missing her. Come on. So the final bit, which has to do with the leakage of the video, and therefore she's going through a lot of shame and all that, it's hard to say this, but I think she should be ready to bear the consequences of their own actions. There is no IT expert anywhere who will be able to go to the phones of the individuals who have the video, ask for their phone, delete it, and well, I haven't come across any software or any app that can secretly be installed on people's phones to delete all unwanted videos.
Sure.
No. So the only thing she has to do is, no matter the shame that is coming with this action of hers, she should be ready to live with it. And one thing I can assure her of is the fact that with time, it will die off. So she just has to gather enough strength. Recently, I was talking to a lady and something similar happened. Not exactly the same thing, but she was also going through a particular situation and it was so hurting. And she expected that nobody would talk about it. And I told her that, look, you don't control what people say. You can't go to people's house or homes and tell them that, look, don't talk about my issue. Don't talk about me. You can never, ever do that. But you see, with time, because nobody can stick to an issue for the rest of his or her life. If the person talks about it 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, definitely there will be a time period where the issue will die off from the person's mouth and this or her head. So she should just give time. With time, no matter how intense the conversation around it is, definitely is going to die off. So she should rather find a way of building emotional strength to withstand the shame that is coming, because the shame, she can never stop it from coming, because her actions called for these kinds of things. So one, she should own up to her responsibilities, and I'm sure by now she has admitted that what she did was wrong. But what I would really want her to focus on more has to do with the fact that she has to realize that making out with a married man is something that is a no for us. And once this shame and this whole disgrace, this whole thing dies off, in fact, even before it dies off, the first thing she should do is to go and call it off with the man. Because by now, the man's family they know about it already. Maybe she should go and apologize to the woman, repent, call it off with the man, draw back, ask God forgiveness, and start on a new leaf. And pray that if God wants her to get married, God will bring the right person her way.
And I think she should also pray that someone shouldn't come and do the same thing.
Exactly. Because, whatever you sow, you are likely to reap. You get it. It's really, really, I can imagine the kind of pain she's caused this woman and the family. Because, come on, if this man has taken time to build a reputation, I wouldn't really want to address the man's, I wouldn't want to talk about the side that has to do with the man, because, he also has a lot of questions to answer. If you have built for yourself this reputation, what is it about this young lady that attracted you to her, that made you decide that I would want to put my marriage and my family at risk? You have kids with your life. No matter how much tempting it is, no matter how much you cannot control yourself.
But the fact that you went outside can even be a secret for some time. Exactly. But recording yourself for the pleasure of it.
Exactly. And even you didn't record it with your own phone. You see, you ask the lady to record it, and then later you ask, why didn't you transfer it from her phone the same day the recording was made?
I'm even sure he bought the iPhone. He wasn't using one.
So please, my lady, it may be painful, it may be very hurting, but please enjoy it. Pray and ask God for forgiveness. And after receiving the forgiveness, the next thing you should do is to pray for strength, emotional strength, to stand up, face and overcome this shame you have brought upon yourself. Nobody wished it for you. Nobody planned it for you. Nobody called for it for you. You did it yourself. So you are the best person to avoid it or to stop it from coming again. So this is my little advice I would want to give to my dear lady, wherever she is.
What do we have to say about sending messages while feeling asleep, feeling sleepy.
Yeah.
Feeling sleepy.
And I think that is one bit too that we have to be very, very careful of, because if you know you are undertaking an activity and you are not 100% conscious of yourself, don't do it.
And in this situation, you know you have materials on your phone.
Exactly. Sensitive materials. Okay, so once the man requested for the videos, you could have told him that, look, I'm not in the best of shapes. I'm dozing up. I'm sleepy. So you wait, tomorrow morning I'll send it to you. And that would have settled it. Okay, so again, there are certain actions that we need to be very, very careful when we are getting ourselves involved in them. Think about the consequences. Think about the effect it will have on someone somewhere. And there's this thing I always say that, look, when you're doing something, don't just think about how it's going to affect you, because this life is not just about yourself. There are people whose destinies are connected to you. There are people whose life, whose future, one way or the other, is connected to you. So if you don't do something right, it is not just going to affect you. Okay, so like she stated, the shame that is coming is not just coming to her. It's coming to an innocent woman somewhere. It's coming to the kids of this man. When people see the kids, what are they going to say about the kids? When they go to school, what are they going to tell them? So I think that sometimes we need to be very careful. We don't just have to consider our personal gratification. We just don't have to consider how much we are going to be happy, how much joy we are going to experience and all of that. So much that even if what we are calling for would hurt someone, we would ignore the person's feelings and just concentrate on how much is going to benefit us to the detriment of others. I don't think this kind of selfish approach to issues would be good for us. So let's really pay attention to these things.
Thank you so much, Osofo. And I think that there's a lot more to this. We, the upcoming generation, need to be extra careful while doing activities that are sensitive like this. And with our phones...
This phone issue is also one big thing we need to find a way of address. It has taken over this generation so much that, look, we even have people in the church. There was a funny tape I saw. This gentleman was sitting in church, preaching was going on, and I don't know how the person who also took the video planned to take the video. Apparently, this guy was holding his video and he had opened to a betting app. Then he was betting while speech was going. So this person just stretched his phone and then he took a video of this young man while speech was ongoing. He was just taking the bait, choosing this thing, doing this thing. And I was like, oh, come on. Let's give God a break.
Oh.
What at all is it that you are doing that you can't wait to do after the close of church?
So that is good. May the good Lord strengthen all of us to align in the right direction.
Sure.
I think we've exhausted our time. This is where the time permits us to come to the end of this discussion. But I want to give you the opportunity to say hello to all.
Yeah, I know by now she's watching. And I want to tell her that I love her so much. Lady Mrs. Ochrelati, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love for all these years. I would always continue loving you. And of course, not just myself. All our kids say thank you and we love you so, so very much. Thank you.
A biggest thank you to Shine, Mr. Shine, for giving us the opportunity all the time, and the utmost gratitude to our God. I think this is where time will permit us. But I'll urge you as our viewer, my people watching from home and wherever, that you should follow Shine TV on all social media platforms and continue to like and bring in your comments. You will do great. Have a good evening.